Mel Raz, I'm very sorry. We got a little bit delayed on our last live, but we're here and you're going to get your money's worth, so don't worry about it. We always give you all the time that you need here. Now, let's see. Let me just pull up, because I'm in the tent. We pull up our person here. Let's see. There we go. That's who we're talking about again tonight. Jaybells is going to have this. I think maybe tomorrow we might be moving on to someone else. Maybe we'll revisit Jaybells a little more. There's always more about Jaybells, but tonight we're going to look about how we found her family. Because a family is people and a family is love. That's a family. They come in all different. Okay. Here we go. We're going to see how we found Jaybells' family.
Want zero transfer fees and great
Professor
rates to Jamaica?
Find her family. Imagine that. The professor could not find her family. No, no, no. All right. Now this was, let me tell you, finding her family it took place after we discovered who she was. It took a little time to find her family, and I'll tell you what the date was that we found her family, or around the date that we found her family. It was in the year, let me tell you the year that it was. It was in the year 2021, on February 16th of 2021. We probably found them a few days before that, and so that's what happened there, okay? All right. And we found out about her December 23rd, so it was diddle-diddly-dee, January, almost 2 months after, right? Okay. Let me pull this over here. So, hi Judy. Judy. Hi Michelle W. So the ones that are following this trial, okay, this is trial first, and we have to go on a trial first.
She was defending him then.
Really?
I read it. I can't remember it. Yeah, saying that he did nothing wrong either.
Wow. I think we were talking about a trial there. Is that the same Mama Bear? See, okay? Wait, Carolyn, I'm talking about Jaybells now. Okay. All right, who are you talking about, Carolyn?
Mommy Rambling Squad, didn't you say you had an update for us on a case you're involved in or something? I may have heard you wrong.
No, I said there will be stuff coming up on a case. There will be. But I think I told you guys, Potter helped us immensely in finding the family of Jaybells, right? You guys know that? I told you that. Did you know how we found them? Do you know how we found Jaybells' family? The night her niece came on?
Now it's echoing, they said.
Oh my goodness, let me see. So sorry, let's see if it's gonna change. The night her niece came on, so I have to find the night. Let me try what I did last night. Let's just
turn this down so I can turn YouTube on and hear the echo or not.
Hold on.
Davida, can you talk? Hello, hello, hello. Did it change? Am I echoing? Echoing.
How is that now? Is that better or worse? Oh, wait a second, I didn't put you on there. Hold on.
Okay, so this guy, I've got to find
Okay,
Bernice.
better or
This
worse?
is going to be how we
Say
found
something, Davida.
Hello? Hello, everyone.
Is that better or worse?
our doctor.
Still Brad?
Everything's good.
It's much better. Oh. Of Jaybells in her, she erased nearly every photograph of her. And what's funny is, unless you were friends with the family, there were like no pictures of her. But Potter, and I don't know how Potter did it, Potter sent me one night, you might remember, Potter sent me a photograph. And I was like, oh my gosh, Potter, I love you. And with that photograph, that was definitely her at another point in her life. And in a Facebook comment to that photograph, she was referred to by another name. And the person that was in the photograph looked like her mother, right? So Bella Mac, Lisa D, Scooter, me, Potter, we kept poring over this picture and trying to find out who this woman was, because she had looked like she had not been active on Facebook in 2-3 years. And we were finding little connections, but we didn't know who they were. So it took about 2 weeks or something, and we were all poring over stuff, and we seemed to find, we had spreadsheets on this stuff. It was crazy, okay? Wait, Carolyn, I'm talking about Jaybells now. All right, who are you talking about, Carolyn? I think you're still on the drama channel. Are we all on the same subject?
Yeah, Carolyn's talking about Jaybells now.
I don't think anybody knows, because Carolyn is like, who is that? Okay, so eventually with the spreadsheet, and it was during, I think it was during the marathon. That's why it was very hard to work on it, because we were on all the time when we were up. But anyway, one day, I think it was Lisa, Bella, Scooter, and I were sitting at the computer, and we narrowed it down to 2 people being at least her half sibling, right? And we lost Scooter.
I wonder if the ice hit her.
No, she's getting snow.
So you're saying that you're going to be able to talk about this at some point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can talk about how I found her family, how we found her family.
So there's always stuff going on behind the scenes then with this. I'm back.
Okay, there you are. So we were going back and forth between these 2 people, and then 4 of us were deciding, well, who do we contact? I don't know. We finally decided on her sister, Keely. And the reason we did is because in the confession, she, little bits of truth, said her sister's name was Keely, remember? And I said that this is when she was still trying to tell me she was an Orthodox, or Orthodox Jewish, and she wasn't.
Right.
But, and I said, come on, nobody would name their, no Orthodox Jewish person is going to have the name Keely. They're not going to have it. Oh yeah, she has a half sibling. Yeah, were you here the night her niece was here, Augie? Her niece came on. Remember when her niece came on? She came on.
Yeah.
Don't you remember? That was the day that we talked to her. We had a meeting,
Zoom.
a Zoom, with her and the brother-in-law when we found them. And then the niece came on that night. We didn't know she was coming on. She came on that night. And then she came on panel, remember?
Yeah, first she just came in chat.
She came in chat and she said, I've been watching all day. That's my, what's technically her aunt. Her aunt.
Now, when did she
Lauren,
say, hold on,
yeah.
I gotta listen to that, so I gotta find the video. When we
You guys remember that? Or you don't?
Tell me what.
Remember she had a little boy and she
Yep.
was very upset because her son was premature.
I remember.
You were not here that night the niece came on?
What night was that?
I'm back.
Well, what
what
happened
was it?
earlier that day, okay, so we had two people to choose, and we all said, let's go with the sister because the brother said something that made it sound like he might have been okay with her. Oh gosh, you scared me. I thought you were like, no. Okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, so I sent her a very brief message, and I just said, do you know the person in this photograph? We need very much to reach someone that knows her. We have, I think it was like some very important information. And she answered me right back. She answered me right back within a couple of hours. And she said that, yes, I know. No, first she was scared. She told me she was scared, but then her husband immediately looked up my name, came up to the channel. They started to look around at some stuff, and they felt comfortable, and they didn't think that it was a scam or anything. So then they immediately asked, what happened? What did she do? And then said that, oh my gosh, I've been telling my husband for so long she was going to do this, and he just said, called it. Anyway, the next day they met with us, and we spent a few hours with them. And she listed everything that this started. She's been a liar her whole life. She was a golden child. She was never Jewish, and all of that stuff. Carolyn says you keep your thoughts. So anyway, that's how we found her. But it would never have happened without finding that picture. So I don't know how Potter found that picture, but Potter did. And we are forever grateful.
Oh yeah, Potter will have to get credit, She'll be in the credits.
Yeah, dedicated. But yeah, so it's and anyway, the sister, okay, with the whole monkey thing, I showed you, did I show you, let me show you what she's sending, which is in the mail already, because she felt so bad about the monkey that Jaybells took from Luke. She where's my thing? She knitted this. Oh my goodness, here we go. She knitted this little guy. I'm gonna have to blow him up. She knitted that little guy, and she's sending him along. So that was a really nice gesture because she felt so sorry. She just said, I made your youngest a kindness monster to replace his monkey. Although he now knows all of Jamie's lies, what he did was so very kind. I didn't want him to hold any resentment towards people in later life, and I felt he deserves to know that not all people are like her. I just wanted to try and help in any way I can think of. So she sent that along, which was really, really nice.
That is so thoughtful, isn't it?
It's a kindness monster.
That she would do that to try
Absolutely.
and help rectify something her sister did.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are very nice people. The sister, the brother-in-law, even though Jaybells painted them out to be like the most horrible people you could imagine. Not to you know, like just that they had done all this stuff, and oh my gosh, and to me, you know, they didn't even exist. Her sister was killed, is what she told me. Twin sister, that was it. So.
Potter, take a bow. Potter, take a bow.
Okay, so when did I say that Denise came into the chat? It was like,
Yeah, Carolyn's talking about Jaybells now.
I
Not
don't
the,
think
drama
anybody
queen.
knows, because Carolyn is like, who is that?
Let me hear, because I've got to find out when the niece comes in. I've got to get that video.
So it was before this. Okay, so eventually with the spreadsheet, and it was during, I think it was during the marathon. That's why it was very hard to work on it, because we were on all the time when we were up. But anyway, one day, I think it was Lisa, Bella, Scooter, and I were sitting at the computer, and we narrowed it down to two people being at least her half sibling. And we were finding little connections, but we didn't know who they were. So it took about 2 weeks or something, and we were all poring over stuff.
Yeah, I'm just
And-
talking about how we found it, but it would happen before when the niece, so it had to happen during the marathon.
That was definitely her at another point in her life. And in a Facebook comment to that photograph, she was referred to by another name. And the person that was in the photograph looked like her mother, right? So Bella Mac, Lisa D, Scooter, me, Potter, we kept poring over this picture and trying to find out who this woman was, because she had looked like she had not been active on Facebook in 2-3 years. And we were finding little connections, but we didn't know who they were. So it took about 2 weeks or something.
2 weeks.
And we were all poring over stuff. And we seemed to find, we had spreadsheets on this stuff. It was crazy, okay?
2 weeks, okay.
Wait, Carolyn, I'm talking about Jaybells now. All right, who are you talking about, Carolyn? I think you're still on the drama channel. Are we all on the same subject?
Hold on, I'm getting it.
Yeah, Carolyn's talking about Jaybells now. Not the,
I don't
drama
think anybody
queen.
knows, because Carolyn is like, who is that? Okay, so eventually with the spreadsheet, and it was during, I think it was during the marathon. That's why it was very hard to work on it, because we were on all the time when we were up. But anyway, one day, I think it was Lisa, Bella, Scooter, and I were sitting at the computer, and we narrowed it down to two people being at least her half sibling, right? And we lost Scooter. You yarrowed it down. You were yarrowing and
I wonder if
yarrowing.
the ice hit her.
No, she's getting snow.
So you're saying that you're gonna be able to talk about this at some point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can talk about how I found her family, how we found her family.
So there's always stuff going on behind the scenes then
Yeah.
with this. I'm back.
Okay, there you are. So we were going back and forth between these two people. And then four of us were deciding, well, who do we contact? I don't know. We finally decided on her sister, Keely. And the reason we did is because in the confession, she, little bits of truth, said her sister's name was Keely, remember? And I said that this is when she was still trying to tell me she was an Orthodox, or Orthodox Jewish, and she wasn't.
Right.
And I said, come on, nobody would name their, no Orthodox Jewish person is going to have the name Keely. They're not going to have it. Oh yeah, she has a half sibling. Yeah,
Okay.
Were you here the night her niece was here, Augie? Her niece came on.
I think that one. Her niece came on.
Remember when her niece came
Yeah,
on?
when? Tell me.
She came on.
Yeah.
Don't you remember?
Tell me. No. tell
That
me.
was the day that we talked to her. We had a meeting,
Zoom.
a Zoom, with her and the brother-in-law
Yes.
when we found them.
Right.
And then the niece came on that night. We didn't know she was coming on. She came on that night.
Okay.
And then she came on panel, remember?
No.
Yeah, first she just came in chat.
She came in chat and she said, I've been watching all day. That's my, what's her, technically her aunt. Her aunt, Lauren,
Try
yeah.
This one.
You guys remember that?
No. Tell me.
Or you don't? Remember she had a little boy and she
Yep.
was very upset because her son was premature.
I remember.
You were not here that night the niece came on?
I'm back.
Well,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happened
yeah.
earlier that day, okay, so we had two people to choose, and we all said, let's go with the sister because the brother said something that made it sound like he might have been okay with her. Oh gosh, you scared me. I thought you were like, no. Okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, so I sent her a very brief message, and I just said, do you know the person in this photograph? We need very much to reach someone that knows her.
I'm looking at the video.
We have, I think it was like some very important information.
Sorry.
And she answered me right back. She answered me right back within a couple of hours. And she said that, yes, I know. No, first she was scared. She told me she was scared, but then her husband immediately looked up my name, came up to the channel. They started to look around at some stuff, and they felt comfortable, and they didn't think that it was a scam or anything. So then they immediately asked, what happened? What did she do? And then said that, oh my gosh, I've been telling my husband for so long she was going to do this, and he just said, called it. Anyway, the next day they met with us, and we spent 2 hours with them. And she listed everything that this started. She's been a liar her whole life. She was a golden child. She was never Jewish, and all of that stuff. Carolyn says you keep your attention. So anyway, that's how we found her. But it would never have happened without finding that picture. So I don't know how Potter found that picture, but Potter did. And we are forever grateful.
Oh yeah, Potter will have to get credit, She'll be in the credits.
Yeah, dedicated. But yeah, so it's and anyway, the sister, okay, with the whole monkey thing, I showed you, did I show you, let me show you what she's sending, which is in the mail already, because she felt so bad about the monkey that Jaybells took from
I just don't
Luke.
think it was during the marathon. that
She,
came on.
where's my thing? She knitted this. Oh my goodness, here we go. She knitted this little guy. I'm gonna have to blow him up. She knitted that little guy, and she's sending him along. So that was a really nice gesture because she felt so sorry. She just said, I made your youngest a kindness monster to replace his monkey. Although he now knows all of Jamie's lies, what he did was so very kind. I didn't want him to hold any resentment towards people in later life, and I felt he deserves to know that not all people are like her. I just wanted to try and help in any way I can think of. So she sent that along, which was really, really nice.
That is so thoughtful, isn't it?
It's a kindness monster.
That she would do that to try
Absolutely.
to help rectify something her sister did.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are very nice people. The sister, the brother-in-law, even though Jaybells painted them out to be like
Okay,
the most
I might
horrible
have it.
people you could imagine.
Let me see.
Not to you know, like just that they had done all this stuff, and oh my gosh, and to me, you know, they didn't even exist. Her sister was killed, is what she told me. Twin sister, that was it. So
Potter, take a bow. Potter, take a bow.
So this was February 16th, I said, right? So I gotta go further up the next one.
Now, Potter's really good, isn't she? At finding things. I don't know how she does it.
I know. Robbity Bob, it didn't come yet. It's on its way. I'll show it to you when it gets here.
Okay, so it's got to be,
Puddin has a question.
Oh, no, there's no twin. She has a younger sister that is her full sister. Then she has a half sister that's older and a half brother that's older. And her father came from a Mormon family, believe it or not. And like Bella Mack said, she never wanted to talk about like Sister Wives or that other thing on Netflix. So instead, I think she had some kind of obsession with Orthodox Judaism. And they said it might be from something she studied, but it was way, way back when she was a teenager. She was writing something about to this rabbi, her sister said, and it was just crazy. And then in like her 20s, she left her phone on a counter somewhere and they picked it up, and the brother-in-law saw like she had all these profile pages on Facebook that were all not her, and they were set up in different names, and they did an intervention and they blocked her car in, but she would, so I'm not going to do this again. So when her sister saw the confession, she said, oh, she's not in the least bit sorry, and she can't, she lies like crazy. It's just insane. And they have had nothing to do with her for 4 years. But her mother, she was very spoiled. That's what she's saying. She got everything. It wasn't that she was deprived. She was the mother's like golden child. Golden child. And the mother is estranged from Keely. It's just a really messed up thing. Oh, we will, Sam. No, Luke doesn't know yet, Teresa. So, is she nuts?
Do you think she watches you still?
Oh, I'm sure she does. Well, is she nuts? I think she is very devious and deceptive, of course. And I think she has a lot of personality issues. And she's been doing it her whole life, and she's not sorry and has no remorse. Oh yeah, she's definitely part of that reason. Absolutely. Her family has, her sister has no use for her either. Brother-in-law has no use for her. They don't have any. You saw the niece was here. She has no use for her anymore. She's toxic. And they want her in prison. We all do. Well, let me look at the date that let me look at my messages with Keely, and then I can see the date that we were talking, and I would know. See? Detective skills. Lots of cluster pictures. You missed the story about it. Oh, Jaybells, when she was staying with me for 2 weeks last year, about this time last year, it's about a year ago.
Luke that's right.
Gave her a monkey because he thought she was dying and all this stuff, her very sick, And he gave her this monkey. And when she got home, she made sure she showed it to me on a shelf. And now when I look at it, and I know the whole story, and I know that she lied about everything, it was like this trophy of how good her lying was, that she was not only able to fool so many people, she was able to fool a little boy that he gave the monkey, and it was just really disgusting when you thought about it.
Yeah.
Because it was a trophy to her. So, it was very, very, very bad. Of course, I've spoken to her, Anna. Absolutely. I was one of the first people to speak to her about this. I've been gay. Selfish, insecure, and possessive. Toxic is the perfect way to put it. Oh, a lot of people gave her money and gifts. Well, mostly gifts. The money was put into the baby shower gifts, but all of that is completely accounted for and, to the FBI.
Scooter, Sunny Deb, and Nana
They have
Kay.
to
Two
take
other
that because that is
ones.
international wire fraud.
Contents. Just going through some of my stuff.
Did you make that welcome sign behind you?
No. That's from the Dollar Tree.
No.
Yeah.
That big thing's from the Dollar Tree?
Well, Veronica, she's burned, bridges. If you're feeling sorry for her, don't, because she still has a guy that she gets all of his money deposited in her account, and he pays for all of this stuff, and she's still scamming people. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it is scary that she stayed here.
Hello, Jen H.
Hi, Jen H.
Hi, Jen H.
Very sick. Mm-hmm. I've never stopped prosecuting Diane. I know where she is, Debbie. It's not a matter of finding her. We know exactly where she is. She's not hiding or on the run.
Yeah, she doesn't think she has anything to run from.
She's not hiding.
She doesn't even try to run from her own conscience. Because she doesn't have one, I guess. I know, Kevin, it is, isn't it? It's giving me the chills when I think about that.
I know.
I can still see
I
you
get
in
that.
one
I'm
video.
going through some messages. I didn't
Sitting on
say
your
it still
couch, it
now,
was
it's-
like-
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Every time I think of it, yeah, it's she says
It was
so.
just
It looks
from
like
the,
it was
we could,
around
we could only see her
January 8th.
briefly.
So many things she said now, like I'd be being nervous about meeting me or something like, oh, PelicanMatch.com date, but it really was nerve-wracking for her because she had to figure out, am I going to be able to pull it off in person? All these lies, and what if they catch me in a lie? It must have been nerve-wracking. What if they catch me in a lie when I'm there? You know? No, that was the day I took her back, Sam, the day Jimmy fell down the stairs. That was the day I took her back to the train, sorry.
She was already gone then. She was already gone.
Yeah,
when
she was
that
gone
happened.
when he fell down. That was the first night she was gone, yeah.
Let me see if it's here.
No, she lives in a good part of London. Bella Mac can tell you that. But she has that boyfriend, Joe, that pays for that.
Joe.
He deposits, his entire paycheck goes into her account every single month.
Ew, what if,
She has no
I was
remorse,
thinking,
Veronica, none.
what if she had tried to get rid of you or something while you were there? And
I'm an actress and just loved doing it, playing the part of this dying person who's having seizures and just really having fun with it.
oh, really, Kevin? What? He said that went through his thoughts, what I just said, about she could have
Oh,
knocked
yeah.
Carolyn off, you know, and tried to take Carolyn's place.
Yeah, Carolyn Fraser, that's what we believe, that Joe is that person. And that's why she was all dressed up. She said it was a work meeting, or what? She never worked. It wasn't. He was coming in, and he probably, came in, but she just saw him very rarely. He worked and lived where her family was from. They do know him, and that he did put his whole paycheck in there, and that they never even consummated their relationship. But they said he was always buying stuff, and she had always had new stuff, or it always came from him. And he was the one in her graduation photo too. No, I don't think he's not very wealthy. I think it's about $2,500 a month or something that goes into her account. It might be a little less now because apparently there was when she called crying one time saying that she was losing her funding as this professor she was, which is a lie. I think she said there was like there was some kind of a pay cut. You know?
Do you still talk to the professor?
Do I still talk to the professor?
Yeah, her friend that.
No, I mean, I have a WhatsApp with her. But not really, no.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's WhatsApp will tell me when I found the day we spoke to them. Hold on.
That'll be it. Hang on. Hold, please.
Yeah, Kevin, that's what Carolyn said before. It reminded her of the hand that rocks the cradle situation.
What did? What reminded me of that? I can't even see that.
Kevin, you know, your situation with Jaybells remind him of the hand that rocks the cradle.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you remember that with Rebecca De Mornay, and then she was eating the apple and the greenhouse went down. There
Is it
was
someone that tried to
some
do
issues
someone
in the
else?
beginning. What?
Is it someone that tried to get into someone's life and become in that house?
Yeah. There were some issues in the beginning when we were being discouraged to look for the family. And it didn't seem like anybody was really seriously going to hold her accountable. And the rest of us that said no, she has to be held accountable, you know. Sorry, you know, without saying it, someone gave her chances before and she stepped all over them, and it looked like people were feeling sorry. And I know for a fact they were feeling sorry because they so much as told me, I have the messages, that we're feeling sorry for her and we don't know if we can go through with the legal actions. And asked us not to try to find the family and not to pursue stuff that we were pursuing. And sorry, she was in this house with me, you know, this house and the other house, and I'm sorry. What she did and the time she took out of my life and the nervous breakdown I almost had, no, I'm sorry. You're not going to tell me that we're not going to prosecute her because, you know, do you want to give her, the third chance to do this to someone else?
Exactly.
Because if she didn't have the first chance, this wouldn't even
happen. A lot
happen.
more situations than that anyway.
Yeah. What'd you say? She probably what? What'd you
I
say?
said there's probably been a lot more situations
Yeah.
where she's fooled people than, you know.
Well, yeah. Well, she yeah.
It'd probably be for like a 50th time, if not more.
Mm-hmm. She plays a very evil, calculated character, the hand that rocks the cradle. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It is. It is.
Yeah, she stayed with them, Sean, for what, 2 weeks, right, Carolyn?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you know that when you went to bed, she just didn't get up and roam the house?
Well, I don't know, but I know that the
Okay.
one night when she took the medication, she was so freaking knocked out. I was sitting there screaming her freaking name to see if she was okay or give her some water or something, and I couldn't even get her to respond. I mean, yeah, she could be, yeah. The night she told me she had so much pain from the spinal tumor and then the seizure from the call she got from the hospital that told her that they're thinking this cancer is spreading or advancing and they wanted her to come back and start a protocol and all this stuff. Absolutely, Susie, she's a sociopath. There's no way in my conscience I could ever let that go, and she would do that. What if, like, they knew she had come here and killed us? I mean, that was just ridiculous. Sorry. Maybe Danielle say maybe she did. Who knows? Yeah, you know.
I bet you do get creeped out if you allow yourself to think about that for very long, don't you?
Yeah, and I'm mad and I'm angry that she kept me up all night with stupidity, you know, and then kept making me tell her husband and son were dead, and just constant what she did to me, constant, every day, every day, every day, every day. It's horrible.
When this becomes a big movie, book, become famous and traveling, it'll be a little bit of a payback.
Well, she told us she was 39, Teresa, but it's really, she gave the correct birth date, but she is 34 years old. And calling with big problems.
Right.
Exactly, and the grief and the way she was telling me, you know, especially in December when she saw me going through all of that, and she was, it's the anniversary of my family's annihilation. You know, I need time to talk, to process. Have you done your Christmas shopping yet? You know, because she knew she got a lot of gifts. The doll that she lied about, the very expensive doll that she said that she had, and it's the only thing she wanted after she got diagnosed with this grade 3 astrocytoma brain tumor that was inoperable.
Susan DeFeo, well, obviously, who would I want to play me? It would have to be a very classy, beautiful, older lady, kind of, you know, a sexy type. That would have, I don't know, we'll have to figure that out when the time comes.
No, she didn't, Veronica. She didn't have, she had, there was a very, she told a little truth where she embellished something that her sister said. She said that the reason she lied is because nobody believed her when she went with this thing that she said one of her father's friends took her to a field and asked her to touch his thing, which he called Percy. But everybody believed her. It was the exact opposite. In fact, they thought her father was going to go kill the man, so they had to go and make sure there were no guns around. And so everything she said, that's why she lied, because she thought nobody would believe her anyway. That was all lies. She's always lied, according to her family.
Seems like it would be hard to keep everything she said straight.
But she took pieces of people's lives. Like she took the kidney thing where she said she took that from her sister. She took certain things of people's lives. And no doubt she asked me a lot of questions, and she started to ask me a lot of questions about grief. And, did the grief books help you? Because she, for herself, was probably saying, I have this grief for my husband, and this grief book really helped me. For trying to get all the information from me to pass it along to make it sound like she really lost her husband and her baby. And she would make little mistakes, and I would just think, it's the brain tumor. So that's why she had to have that brain tumor. Hey, Lisa D is here.
Lisa D. She's up early.
She's up early.
Nunu probably woke her up again.
Did Nunu wake you up? Oh, Scooter. Where the heck is this?
Trying to think who we could get to play Scooter.
Well, Lisa H. suggested Meryl Streep, but I'm saying she's not pretty enough.
Well,
And
let's
Kevin
just keep
Leonard
thinking.
said-
Maybe,
Kevin
well,
Leonard
since you
said,
like Meg
"I
Ryan
wish
so
mine
much,
was
maybe
not
Meg
going to
Ryan.
blame me anymore."
Hold on a minute. Let me check this one. Live streaming. Oh yeah, if you want to come up, I want to open and apparently he didn't testify.
They like annoy me because they're
Really?
so.
Texting me about.
Yeah.
Did you just say that he's embarrassed?
Called the Hills.
Yeah, he was embarrassed. You made him show his shorts and everything
Oh,
today.
excuse me. Woo, woo, woo.
And turn around at the lake house.
I will. Yeah, I'll ask them. So, but thank you guys so much for giving all this love and concern.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to try to find this. I'm just such at a loss because it says over there that we talked to them, and I know she came on the day we talked to them. So it has to be.
The future of your business is here. With Wix, you get advanced AI capabilities.
Got it.
And her
Zoom in on it.
That was all an auction. I didn't see it.
oh my gosh.
End of every video. Yeah, what he did. And I sent. Hey, do you know what I mean? Are you getting better? Argentina, France, Singapore. So that.
Gashapon? Fashion!
With 3 girls from Beardsden. That kind of exposure together for some time. Most recently, last weekend, Miss Lendo's telling my friends not to ask either of the girls about it because I'm doing it again. Okay, I'm going to get my messages with Sean now. Hold on a minute. And I'm going to read the messages. So we're going to figure this out. Okay. So here's the thing, okay? So here's my messages with Sean about her family. So family is people and family is love. Let's put the Jaybells thing up. That one. Okay, so here's my messages. Hold on. I said to her, and this was just to buy time. Okay. Let me go because she gave me information about her family. And she gave me pictures too. And I'm see if I can get the pictures over there. Okay. Because I forgot about Joe and I've got other pictures of him. And then pictures of all the kids. So let me go January 14th, January 8th. Right. December 29th. Okay, I want to go to her first message to me, okay? We're going to go through this. These are Sean's messages to me about this imposter. Okay, so December 23rd. This is the first message to me. It says, "Hello, Carolyn. My name is Sean. I believe Jaybells has told you about me. I need to talk to you about her and some things I have discovered. I understand, of course, that you may not want to talk to someone who is a stranger, and I will respect that. I got your number from another of her friends, Loopy Lisa, but she put her name. If you want to check out my credentials, I'm very sorry to contact you out of the blue, but I wouldn't do it if it wasn't important. I said, are you her friend in Italy? She said, yes, I live in Numana, Italy. I said, okay, is something wrong? She said, I spoke to you once on a Zoom when she was talking to you. I said, right, I remember. She said, yes, something is very wrong. I have discovered that she has lied about everything. She isn't ill with a tumor. She has lied in horrible ways for years to me and extorted a lot of money from me. I asked her to talk to everyone she has lied to, but it appears she didn't. I said, what? I have seen her with seizures, sick. She goes, I'm so sorry. I know it's horribly shocking. I said, I'm in awful pain. I have seen her medical reports. She says, yes, she faked those. Lisa, who is a paramedic, has confirmed that those are faked. I said, what? No. She goes, well, I suspect she faked those too. I was her medical proxy and I never saw anything. I said she was in the hospital with B. B attended the surgeries. Oh, remember I was telling you about the dog walker, right, B? I saw her baby die. I spoke to the staff. She goes, the way I found out was that I was told she had a heart attack on the 13th or 14th of November. Something was very suspicious about it, so I hired someone to go to her house and ring the bell. She answered the door as right as rain. This was the second time she lied. I said, wait, I am really freaking out here. She says, no, what you experienced was a lie. You talked to people who she was impersonating. I found an app on her phone that disguises voices. I, too, had very many experiences like the one you just described. I said, I saw her sick. I mean, she was out. And she goes, the B I know of was born about 14 years ago. She said, or possibly not. I have no idea what was true and what wasn't. I said, the dog walker? And Sean said, I have been so close to her for 5 years. I've seen it all. I said, she just had a baby? I'm talking about the dog walker. She goes, sorry, I'm lost. Dog walker? I said, B. She goes, no, she didn't. I said, yes. Are we able to talk on a call? She said, no one else in her life, everyone who has been in her house in the last weeks has seen a baby. I said, I have to see my husband out, but she says, yes, I can call you on a Zoom. And then she gave me her email. I said, yes, but I have to see my husband out. I'm so confused. I don't know where I was seeing my husband out. Where was I seeing my husband out? Okay. Then she said, I can also ask Lisa to come to the call too, and if you like, I can put you in touch with the other people she has lied to. I understand. I said, she has never asked for money. And then Sean said, I have been devastated and so hurt. And Sean said, she has never asked for money outright. She always set it up so I would offer. I estimate I've lost about 20K pounds to her, 20,000 pounds to her. Oh no, did you work with her, right? She goes, she was my student. Yes. I go, your student? She said, she told Lisa that she was a forensic psychologist. Yes, she just started doing an MA in my department, then moved to a PhD, but has never completed any work. She goes, you can check me out here, and gave me a link. She said, I don't expect you to take my word for it. I'm just very concerned that no one else gets caught up in the lies like I have. I said, this is crazy. She said, yes. I said, are you saying her husband did not die? She was not pregnant. She never had a baby. She does not have cancer. I saw the tumor protruding from her spine. She goes, no, he didn't. If you mean Alessandro, well, actually, no husband ever died. And no baby died. Well, again, I think one may have, but whether that was her baby or not, I don't know. That was 5 years ago, though. I said, no, she was pregnant. I saw that and talked to the hospital. Are you saying her dad did not kill her family? She said, I have been on with her 24/7 for nearly 5 years. I thought she had cancer, too. I suspect she has a psychological disorder and has Munchausen syndrome. No, as far as I knew, her whole family was in prison. Everyone has a different story from her. I said, I'm so confused. She spent 2 weeks with me. And then Sean said, Alessandro was a guy she had a short fling with here in Italy. They haven't seen each other in years. I said, I saw her suffering, and then she told me she was pregnant in March. And, oh yeah, it was March she was pregnant, right? March. I know, that's why I stuck with her so long. She is an extraordinary liar. Extraordinary. I thought it was May that she told me. From a guy she worked with with red hair. And then she goes, these people you spoke to, how was that? WhatsApp, phone? I said, on the phone, in the hospital. She goes, she hasn't worked at all in the years I've known her. I said, I even heard people call her about cases. And then Sean said, so yeah, I think it was her. I've got quite a story to tell you about that. I used to talk to a lot of people on the phone, but they all turned out to be her. She was never pregnant. I would have known, I promise you. I said, oh, this is nuts. I said, she came to me one day last year to get her husband's things for burial. She buried him in Italy. And she says something, she says, I said, she sent me photos. She says, no, she didn't. I said, I have the pics. She goes, oh, yes, that's her specialty. I said, she owned homes there. She goes, no, she doesn't. I said, is she dangerous? And she says, she probably showed you a photo of my home. I said, she has been around my family. And then she said, I don't know. I really hadn't understood that she lied to so many people. I said, she slept in our home. She goes, yes, mine too. My little boy is very fond of her. I thought until recently that it was just me she lied to. She always said no one knew anything about her. As far as I was aware, she was in the witness protection. Therefore, I was always careful to protect her and make sure she didn't tell people much about herself. She always said that you and the others didn't know anything about her. I said, right, the hospital told me she was a protected citizen. Did she tell you that you were her next of kin? I said. She says, well, I can tell you that no one in a UK hospital would have spoken to you about her at all if that were the case. And if she had been telling the truth, you would have had to go through me. I made all of her medical decisions, but it was all lies. I can show you everything to help establish what she was up to. She goes, yes, I was her next of kin. I said, she told me I was. And then she says the Lord's name. And then I says, what a piece of work. And then I said, told me I was an executor of her estate. And then Sean says, me too. She said, did someone called Richard Allen ever contact you? I said, didn't she grow up in a children's home? Sean says, no. I said, no, he never did. Who is he? And then we went on a Zoom meeting. And then 3 hours later, she said, hi, Carolyn. Sorry, that took a while. Should we get back on Zoom now? Lisa would like to join. So we got another Zoom meeting. And then on the 25th of December, I said to her, I have been thinking about all this so much. I now understand some of the things she did while she was here was totally in preparation for the pregnancy that she would announce after she got home. However, she had no idea my son would pass, and I fully believe she was going to say it was his child, and then something scared her. I think she knew I would tell my other son, who would say it was impossible, and whatever timeline for this rendezvous he would challenge. So she went with a colleague from Ireland. However, I also think it was an insurance policy as well. If I ever got wind of the scheme, she would tell me that my husband art her. Lisa believes she may say something similar about Nick if she goes to the police, but we both want her to be prosecuted. I am certain she would go on and do this to others. I am so angry with what she has put myself and others through. The mental anguish when I'm not going through the grief of my son. Making me lose sleep, talking to her, or doing research to find doctors, buying her a rare childhood doll because it is all she wanted after her diagnosis, spending hundreds of dollars just on shipping to get her things. the American food she wanted, the over-the-counter meds she needed. I want her prosecuted. I want to confront her myself as well. I am not a phony person, and I don't, or I should say, can't fake a hello to someone I don't like, let alone a relationship. She makes me feel physically sick right now. I had her in my home around my children. How does she sleep all day? If she is well, she literally does nothing all day. She is usually sleeping whenever I call. I saw her face with her mouth drooping on Slack when she had no feeling on her right side. Her mouth did not look right. She had to wear an eye patch due to the light. I have all the records of every transaction of funds. No wonder she told me she decided to donate all the things. No doubt she sold it all for money. I have no doubt she probably sold stuff I sent her as gifts. She can be prosecuted because someone reported her here and my FBI agent inquired about the fundraiser. She got so scared then. She said if anyone found out who she was, she could lose her career. She was hyperventilating. Sean says, I'm so sorry, Carolyn. I know just how you feel. My anger has been growing and growing. She played that eye patch trick with me too. Everything she tried on you, she had already tried with me. I just don't know what to do. Part of me wants her prosecuted, and the other part wants her completely out of my life. I said I did not understand because I kept telling her I had every transaction recorded and it was an online baby shower. Sean says, of course she was terrified. She knows that what she has done is a crime. I said, no, she has to be prosecuted. She will do this to someone else. You see, they were already, let her go. I just want her out of my life. Okay, this is so crazy. I said, when did you issue? So I said, she will do this to someone else. Sean says, yes, I think you're right. I just can't break the habit of years of worrying and caring for her. I can't quit her. I can't quit her. Oh my gosh. This makes me so angry to revisit this again. I said, when did you issue her the ultimatum? But you know she is a fraud now, I said. She goes, the 16th of November, around 10:30 UK time. She goes, yes, I do. I know that everything she ever said or did was a lie. I said, okay, and yet she has done nothing? Who are the friends on her Facebook? Then she goes, she put 100 pounds in my account immediately. Yeah, but that's it. I said, did you know them? Oh, gosh, she probably sold stuff for that. And then Sean said, I'm not sure. She hides her friends, I think, but I know friends from the university, and they all know now. I think she has another source of money. I said, how does she survive without working? She said she was getting 2,500 pounds in her account every month from Richard Allen, Ltd. I said, and how does she not want to work, have a life? Sean said, I saw her bank account. I said, you saw it? How? She said she showed it to me to prove that Richard Allen, whom I know is a police officer, was transferring money every month. I said she could have manufactured statements. A police officer where? Sean said that he ran the company as a front. He would deposit the money that included her benefits and his share of the money, and then the rest would disappear. I thought he was an MI6 agent who was in charge of her case. It was just her impersonating him. I said, do you think she ever lived in New York? Do you know how to find Alessandro? She said, yes, I do. She seemed to know it well. I used to have his phone number. I'll check. Then she said, she also told me she lived in Poland. So then she sends me this thing with Alessandro. And I said, I have read many stories like hers in the UK. So then Sean says, I went there on holiday with her. She couldn't speak much Polish, as she claimed, though. I said, oh, wow. She said, we did drive through the town that she said she lived in, and she took me to the outside of the house. Yeah, she told us this on the thing, right? That she said she stayed in. I said, he needs to be contacted. And then Sean said, yes, he does. I said, she told me this story. Then she said, I can ask my partner, who's Italian, to contact him. And I said, about the group home he grew up in. And she says, FFS. She said, he has parents with whom he's close, the guy Alessandro. I said, and this woman he protected even though she was mentally unwell, and that she was basically stalking him and threw herself in front of a car or something. And Sean says, WTF, what a weird story. I said, people were calling her and she was staying with me. The phone is ringing, and the man was talking to her about cases. I said she was talking about profiling, talking about emails. Doctors were calling her with results. I heard people on the other side of the line. The phone rang while I was sitting with her. I would also hear her when she thought I couldn't hear her. One time, when we were on a Zoom and she was in London, she was all made up and a man came to the door and she was literally shocked. And he came inside and he sat on her bed. She said he was a work colleague and she had to take him around. She was so mad that they sent him to her door because he was not supposed to be sent to her place. She didn't say she wanted us to see him on camera in case something happened. I can give you the exact date this happened. And Sean says, wow, oh wow. Then I said, what was the date that you fell out with her the first time? I said he even played with Elvis while he waited for her to get off the Zoom meeting. She said he had just flown in. She had to brief him and then take him to the hotel. Then Sean said, oh gosh, I can't even remember the first time. I have an email record somewhere. I said, do you know if it was more than 2 years ago? She said, oh yes, it would be nearly 5 years now. I said, then you fell out with her over 5 years ago? How did you find her phone and have access to it? How did you find Alessandro? Where do her parents supposedly live? My head is reeling. She said, I knew her password for security purposes, i.e. because the police said I should access her phone if needed. This was before fingerprint confirmation. I said, I need answers from her, and I need her prosecuted and held responsible. Police? And then Sean says, I knew Alessandro because she gave me his contact details and said I should contact him if she got ill. So when she went to New York for her transplant surgeries, I wrote to him to tell him she was very ill. I said, when was this? She goes, he never really communicated back with me. And then Jen got very angry with me for contacting him. I said, she got angry about it? And then Sean said, I think it was about 3.5 years ago. I can't remember. There's been a crisis almost every week. I've known her, so everything is a blur. I said, oh gosh, this is so bad. Sean said, yes, she implied I spooked him, and he stopped talking to her for a while. I said, she also told me B did not want her to be her supervisor anymore, and she was devastated. And then I wrote to B, and B wrote back this lovely email, and she said it was not like that at all, and that she was just scared because Jen was so frail and thin. And then she said, by the way, this is Sean now, she called her second daughter Beatrix, B. And then I said, and she visited me later and she was not thin, but then she said steroids caused weight gain. And then Sean said, Jen has never been frail or thin the entire time I've known her. Quite the opposite. Steroids make you puffy, not fat. Jen is obese. So then I said, Beatrix Mercier is her name. And then Sean said, I've talked to her UK friends, and they are keen for us all to meet and talk about the different stories. A couple of them are the chaps she claims she slept with. OMG. I said, she even sent me photos of her. And then Sean said, she's taken the name of one of my research students, Genevieve Mercier Delphine, and her boyfriend. Then she said, Delphine. Was she dark hair, pretty? She had a job as a dog walker and walked Elvis. I said, she said B was indebted to her and she was paying for her education. And then Sean said she befriended her. I said, yes, that is her dog walker and her teaching assistant. And she goes, what rubbish. I paid for Jay's PhD. She was my TA. I said, and this woman wrote so fondly of Dr. Bennett. I sent the emails to Lisa. And then Sean says, yes, I'm sure Jay writes very fondly about herself. I said, she even had this farce where Elvis became so ill and B had him at the vet while Jen was in the hospital. And then she puts an emoji with swearing, okay? And then I said, and I had a blow for blow about his condition. I wondered if she was expecting me to ask if she needed money for the vet bills. And then Sean said, been there, done that, only it was Dawn I was dealing with. I said, Jen would call me up telling me she lost her job. And then Sean said, I paid her pet insurance, but yes, I bet she was angling for that. I said, she lost her funding. They let her go for her teaching position because of her health. She was crying and crying about how would she make it. And then Sean said, well, in the UK, that would be illegal. But in any case, of course, she never had a job. I said, instead of offering money, I gave her ideas. And then Sean said, that was her trying to get you to give her money. She did that to me all the time. I said, she must not have liked that. She goes, well, you were very smart, very smart. Did you ever pay her for anything? She once told me once or twice that you had for things she did for you on your YouTube channel. I said, at one point she told me she sold the house in Italy and that helped pay the taxes that she had to pay. I said, never. She goes, ha 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 ha, just nonstop lies. I said, just the fundraiser. And then Sean said, huh, well, she bought, excuse me. She said, huh, well, she bought a very nice bicycle with the money she claimed you paid her. I said, she also sold Alessandro's Mercedes this winter. She puts a bunch of exclamation points. I said, oh, the bicycle, yes, she bought that because I biked. She said, I said, the new guitar, she bought that to will herself home. She did not want to leave. And she said she was going to see Eric Clapton, a yellow Strat, yellow, her favorite color. Then Sean says, I paid a lot of money for that guitar. The police wrote to me saying she had been eyeing a Fender on Amazon, and they wanted to get her it and chip in for a surprise. And could I chip in 200 pounds for that? I said, oh my gosh, last winter, February? She goes, yes, just after she had visited you. I said, oh my gosh. Then Sean said she was raving about Jimmy's guitars. I said, yes, she was in love with it. And then Sean said, yep. And I thought she was just weeks away from death. So I thought, of course, she should have whatever she wants. I said, she probably thought he would give it to her, but it is his only guitar that he is passionate about. He built it. Then Sean says, she did say something about him offering her guitars, I think. I can't remember. I said, right, me too. Wondering why she is waiting so much time to buy this guitar she wanted to still be able to play when she seemed to have only a few months to live. She kept saying she was always saving money, never spending money, and I didn't understand it because she made it sound like she had a lot of money and she just didn't buy anything for herself. She even talked about buying a computer chair for someone like I had. She even talked about a new amp that she bought. Sean said, well, I can tell you now that she was constantly buying stuff, but pretending it was the police who were giving her vouchers. And then Sean said, I bought that amp. I said, oh my gosh, you bought the amp? She said, yes. I said, let me ask you, how is she living now? Who's giving her money to live? And more importantly, why doesn't she want a real life with a career and a real relationship? This doesn't make any sense. And how old is she? There is no way she is 33 years old. Even my husband said she looked to be somebody well into her 40s. And I said, our daughter is 33. Sean said, I have no idea, but I think that Richard Allen is probably her father and that his company was sending her money, probably still is. And then she said, well, yes, when I sent the stranger around to check whether she was in the hospital, he said she was middle-aged. I said, I found your picture on my space. As Jamie Gwynn. And then Sean said, but I've seen her passport and the year is definitely 1986. I said, seriously? I said, yes. And then OMG, and I showed her the MySpace picture. And she goes, that is her, yes. I think she blocked me on MySpace. I can't see anything. I said she has nothing there, only friends. But she may be extorting money from people I know who are very wealthy. And then she said, I wouldn't put anything past her except that she was smart enough never to ask for money. She would just set things up and you would offer. She knew me, knew I would offer. I said, but it doesn't matter if it was raised for her because she lied. Thousands and not just gifts. And then Sean said, that's right. No wonder she's scared. So she got money from the crowdfunder. I said, we transferred about $400 to her PayPal. Wow, Sean said. I said, beyond the gifts. No, through PayPal. People donated and we used it to buy the gifts on Amazon. We did it online. It is in a live. Sean said, right, yes, I understand. I said, I have detailed records. Sean said, that is terrible. What she has done is terrible. I said, every person, every donation. Let's see. Then she says, oh my gosh, I'm so horrified. I said, she needs to be prosecuted. Sean says, yes, I can see that. I said, I cannot let this go. If anyone knew I turned a blind eye, no, not my character. I want her in jail. That's me. Then Sean says, well, yes, that's been my biggest worry, that she would harm other people. I said, I want her ordered to pay restitution. She is crazy. I cannot stand her. Then Sean said, I think she is very sane, I think she means, but very malevolent. I said, to look at her. And then I said, I want to confront her when Lisa gets this info and we have gone to the police. I want to tell her what I think of her. And then Sean says, yes, I do too. I want her to know, we all know the gig is up. I said, who knows the woman cooking for her? Then Sean says, are you and your people able to meet on a Zoom with the London friends tomorrow? Oh, see, we hadn't met with the London friends yet. And I don't know why I met with Jaybells on Sean's Zoom. That was so strange. Probably gave her money. I said, yes, we can. I'm sick over this. Let's see. She said Freddie was giving her 300 pounds a month since March. I said, oh, gosh, did she seem shocked? Sean said other friends were paying her other bits and pieces for her. I said, did she think Jen was dying? She said, yes, she has been very shocked. Yes, everyone did, all of us. They went and cleaned up her whole flat from top to bottom when she moved. I said, oh, I know. And then Sean said she just was laying around pretending to be ill. I said, she sent photos. This is what I mean, a spoiled brat. She sat around here and ate candy and then said she is not into sweets. She drank nearly 6 cans of root beer a day. Sean said, I was remembering the other day how I went and cleaned her house and then the police told me off for not doing a good enough job, for not cleaning her house every week when I was there each week. I worked 16 hours a day. I bought her so much beer and Prosecco and Coke. No wonder she is fat. That's John saying that. I said, oh my gosh, she showed a bottle of something and said that Casbat sent that. And then Sean said, yes, I remember that. Then I said, Jen knows something is up with me. She keeps asking me if anything's wrong. Am I all right? Then Sean says, no shite. I worry about her doing a flit before we can get her. I said, right. This is why it has to be done, and glad travel is so restricted. And then Sean said, but it is so hard to keep up the show. I only managed to do it for a day. Yes, very true. And I said, and that she has Elvis. And then Sean said, it's Elvis I care about. I love that dog so much. I said, she is calling me. And then she said, I said, I'm not answering. And then she said, good. She shouldn't be part of anyone's Christmas day. I said, I don't care anymore. All I feel is anger. I want her arrested. Sean said, I know exactly what you mean. I'm just so sorry this happened to you in the year you lost your son. I'm so sorry. I said, did your son meet her? She said, yes, many times, and he calls her Auntie Jaybells and says he misses her. I said, she used Jaybells, her YouTube name? Unbelievable. Sean says, yes, it's very sick. Shall I set up a call with the others for this time tomorrow? I said, yes. Sean said, okay, great. Thank you. One of them will be the man she claims to have got her pregnant. I said, do you know her eBay account name? Please let me know the time, as Lisa and Debbie will want to be on. She says, okay, well, it will be half an hour earlier than it is now. It is currently 4:30 p.m. in Italy and 3:30 in the UK. And I said, well, I don't even know if anybody's here listening to me. I think I should probably check. Oh, okay, people are listening to me. All right. You're more angry at Sean. Yeah, I know. Okay. So then I said, where am I? Well, it is possible a bit later, as I was not thinking how early it would be for Debbie. Could you meet at noon or 1 p.m. Eastern time? She goes, of course. What will work better for you? She said, what time is it for you now? I said, 1 p.m. I said, no, now it is 10:56 a.m. I said, Claire gave her stuff too. Let her stay at her place. She went to shows with her and Claire's mother. She probably gave her money. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I just thought of something. And Sean says, Claire? I said, a woman from New York came on our panel and her husband died in June and her son 10 years ago. Jen is calling me again, and Jen asked for her email because her story was so much like losing her husband, so she is probably set to prey on that person, if not already, and so many others. And Sean says, oh, you're right. I said, this is sick, so sick, but she won't contact someone who has the same kind of cancer and could help her. We have to find out who she is. I have to notify the Ramblers. There are so many she could be scamming. Sean said, yes, everyone who has anything to do with her must be told. I said, did you tell her to tell me? She goes, I told her to tell everyone whom she has lied to. I didn't know she had lied to you, and I didn't know how to reach you until Lisa got in touch. I said, did she pack your stuff and return it? She was just telling me her computer was not working. She also bought a new desk on Etsy months ago, a new crock pot, and some flame lantern I see in her fireplace. And Sean says, yes, she did. I sent the blonde Irish guy around to collect it, the one she said she slept with. I said, I think she sold that bike. And then she said, oh gosh, I said, and then Sean said, she's bought so much new furniture. She said a new bed, a new mattress, a high table, a Persian rug, a sofa, a bathroom towels, ladders, bookshelves, desk chair. I said, she told me she lives in a dangerous area and did not know it. She told me the landlord gave her the sofa. And then Sean said, Mornington Crescent is a very well-to-do area. Nope, she bought it new, she said. I said, and it's not the best, but it would do. Really, I said. She showed me a photo of a bum outside of her door. She said she had to get new locks for the gate and a Ring doorbell. She said the apartment is less money. And then Sean said, yeah, by 50 pounds a month. And Sean said, I bought the lock. And then I posted screenshots of my messages with Jaybells. Let me see. And it says, this is Jaybells. I've come to crossroads. Today my landlord has texted me to say he is selling my house. And then I said, oh, what does that mean with your apartment? She says, it means I have to move. Then I said, oh, are you sure? Maybe the new owners will want it as an investment property. She said, but also, does that mean I move home or here? I don't know yet. It could be very quick or months away. I just don't know. I said, and allow you to stay. She goes, okay, see, it's hard for me to tell. It may not. Good point, though. And then she says, she shows the new bedroom and massive bedroom, new bed. I said, looks good. How is your right side? And then she said, she showed the bum in the stairwell. Okay. And then she goes, Sean says, I can't get over that she writes to you like that. When writing to me, she is all garbled. And she wrote to me, I showed another thing from Jaybells. Jaybells said to me, hey, okay, I'm okay. Just the chemo is lousy. Just waiting for some drawing supplies to arrive to finish off. Karen ordered some more. I can't find them in my boxes. It will be done tonight. I said, okay, good. Waiting on the Chris Watts bombshell to drop. She says, yes, that debacle. So important that the media has picked up the story. It's interesting to see what they have to say. I've been preoccupied with a spider that seems to be outside my house. It disappeared today. Oh, yes, she was deathly afraid of spiders. And yet has been in the same spot for a week, but it has just come back. So scared of a spider. And then Sean said, yes, she told me about that as well. I wrote the police asking them to move the spider along. I said, she only writes garbled to me after a seizure. And then Sean said, she is just such an accomplished, relentless liar. I said, and then I showed where she said, you wouldn't even believe they were supposed to have fixed the mold. I can't get a cleaner or a handyman. Everyone is canceled because of lockdown. I have a friend for half a day. I've been walking between the two houses back and forth a mile and a half away, bringing things over, carrying in separate trips. And then, hold on. Heated, is that health or nothing notable? Just the treatment going on for so long. It's making me quite sick. Just in general, this is Jaybells. It's disgusting. She's been sat on the floor, bawling, not knowing how to move out 1 foot forward. I'm getting there. I feel so bad. I wish we were closer to help you. What is there left to do? I mean, does he expect you to fix that mold? That is not something you caused. And then Sean says, that's another lie. Another friend whom you will meet tomorrow moved her stuff with her car. And then, I was showing her food. She made all that food. And then Sean said, I bought all that for her. I stocked her freezer full and bought all her groceries. Another friend bought her loads of cans of things. And then I said she would tell me she never had good food. And then she put a whole bunch of swearing emojis. And I said, nothing in the house told me early on that the hospital had a meal service. She ate one on camera. And she could not eat it. Then Sean says, yeah, I got those meals set up for her via the police, but of course they didn't exist. I said, so how did you contact the police for her? She says, I have this email address, Jane Doe. Jane Doe was the police. This is a screenshot from the last set of messages I got from Richard Allen. I said, oh, gosh, that's a proton mail. That is bees, too. She goes, no kidding. I said, what did the person you sent to the door say they were there for? She says, check out the description. She said, to collect something they bought on Gumtree, a selling site. I said, oh, and a pretend wrong address. Yes. I said, do you know her eBay ID? She said, no. I said, crap. Because something she said about how much the doll is worth. And she goes, oh, no. I said, she said, maybe she uses the J1804 ID that she does for other things. I said, and then asking me if I still had the original box, because when I shipped it to her, I told her that the box is kind of big, and I could just keep it here if she didn't mind. It's a reaction. It's a reaction her reaction was a little strange. Instead of saying, of course, I just want the doll, she kind of hesitated. And the other day, when we were on a Zoom talking about the doll, she mentioned how much the dolls were going for, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And then she said to me, you still have the original box, right? And then she said she could sell her for hundreds of dollars, but she loves her so much. Do you know what those numbers 1804 signify? She has those on her Gmail too. She goes, no, I've always wondered. So then I put some freezing with that. And let's see. She goes, maybe she would be 22 then. Maybe she got married then if she ever did this. I said, right. She goes, I did see wedding pictures once, actually. I'm trying to remember if I saw her face in them. I think I did, but I can't remember. I said, they're very wealthy. Experience. Okay. Genevieve asked me for contact information because she was in the dorms in Columbia at the same time. And I think that was her emotional connection to this person. Then she says she just seizes on those things and gets her hooks in that way. I said, this is so scary because she would say this stuff about other people. Then Sean said, I think the police definitely have to be brought in. And that is why you cannot let on that she will delete everything. And then I said, how will she pay her rent now? And then Sean said, that Proton email service was deliberately chosen. I said, but all I have in PayPal is she can alone be arrested on that. And then Sean said, she has doubtless been deleting as she went through. I was always being told by the police to delete our correspondence. I said she committed fraud. Sean said, yes, big time. I said, I save everything so she can delete everything. What I have is enough. The money and gifts for her baby, the cancer. Sean says, okay, very good. I have the full WhatsApp history and some text messages I used to send to the medical police officer, Dawn. I said, so should I tell them 1 o'clock tomorrow? She said, yes. I said, Dawn was the police officer? She said, yes. I said, that is strange. She was another. There was a whole team. I said, we had a homicide investigator named Dawn. And then Sean said, Dawn, Richard, Lorraine. I said, wow. And she said, a Kathleen as well. I said, she had this whole team. She was telling you it was her heart and also cancer, but the last time you sent her money was when? She said, yes, and bone marrow, breast, liver, etc. I said, oh my gosh. And then Sean said, it would have been the 31st of October for the rent. Then I was sending her bits and pieces and buying food right up until the end. I said, how will she pay for this? Her gig has to be up soon. Sean says, I think she has another source of income. Do you have an email address where I can send the Zoom invitation? So I gave her my address. She goes, great. I'll send one to Lisa. You can then forward it to the others. I said, okay. I said, all those gangsters on her MySpace. And then I said, so weird. And then she goes, what is that? I said, these are gangster people, but, and she said, I've been looking, and there are some other Gwynns listed with restricted profiles. She said, there is a Mike Gwynn as well. This is what I get. I said, there is another person via Twitter that she may have taken advantage of who is truly sick with a brain tumor. Sean says, oh, no. I said, yes, if you go to her old Twitter, she tags her, and Jen told me about her. I said, one other thing is that early on, she said her husband died, that she had a baby. She called in Zoom. Photo was on, and her and Alessandro on a boat, and the name she was under was Dr. Russo. And then she apologized and said that Ash had been using her husband, that she something again. It was a mistake. She was using her husband's laptop. Again, it was no mistake. I said. I was talking about the confession video because I don't know what digital video upload. I said, Sean, where can I look up the police report? Okay, this was December 28th. I said, Sean, where can I look up the police report? I'm having some issues here. I am very troubled here. Why is everyone else radio silent in the group? Not one person followed through with what they said they would do to prosecute her. Not one. I don't even understand how some are even involved, like Alistair. How are you connected with Freddie? Are the others all your students? Please help me understand this. I would like to see your email to her and her full response, not clips. This woman was around my family. I started to get the craziest thing. Bella and Scooter and I, it started to feel like we were in a mad social experiment because we met with all of these people from the university, all of these people, 12 of them. And then they put us in a WhatsApp group, and slowly they started to leave the WhatsApp group. Some of them said, oh yeah, I made a police. No, there was no follow-up. She said, oh, Freddie feels sorry. I said, oh my gosh, you guys, what if this is some kind of crazy university experiment? And Jaybells was the person they put out there. Sean is the professor there. And then all these people are involved in this freaking thing. It seemed like the most bizarre thing. All of these people did not want to press charges after this, after they were so upset in this meeting. Okay? And now I'm confronting Sean about this and saying, what is going on? Where are the police reports? So she says, I'm not sure what you're referring to. I showed you the whole email. I shared the screen and you saw it. I will copy it here. She goes, the woman was around my family for years. I said, I have a screenshot of that text. And then she says, I said, I would like to look at the email and her responses. I have shared so much with you. She goes, I have no problem sharing the email. What I don't like is the air of distrust. I said, I'm sorry, but I'm on edge. Things are not going as I thought, it seems, and this is very bad. Then she sends me this email. She goes, it is very bad. I'm horrified to learn how extensive her deceit was. Until a week ago, I largely thought I was her only victim, or at least the main one. I had no idea she had done what she did to you. I know you thought she was unwell, and so I wanted her to tell you that she wasn't. The baby shower husband story has been completely shocking to me. I said, what she did to me for nearly 2 years through a fake person named Beatrice Mercier is beyond cruel. My son passed away, and she still continued this over and over. Sean says, Carolyn, she did the very same thing to me for nearly 5 years with numerous people who I became close to, whom I really felt I bonded with. I have so many years' worth of emails from people that were not real. I understand very much how incredibly painful this is. That she did this to you when your son died is truly unconscionable. It's unforgivable. I said, but when we confronted her, she said something to the fact, the last time I was confronted like this, and I cannot keep doing this. I have to change. We said the last time, so you did this to others who confronted you? She said, yes. And Sean says, well, I don't think she can change. I said, so what is that about? Who were those people? Who has she been doing this to? She has been doing this her whole life? Sean says, I don't know. I presume those were people she knew at university. She didn't seem to have any friends from that time, so I assume that's what happened. Yes, I think she has. I think she told the truth when she said that. I said, who is Freddie? She's not a student. She said, Freddie is a librarian at the university next door to the one I work at. We all met at the university bar. That is where Alistair works. He was the manager of the bar, and he has helped her many times. He has looked after her dog when she was away visiting her kids. She lied to him. Freddie gave her money for rent and cleaned her house, etc. I go, why is she not scared now? I don't understand. Sean said, I think she is terrified. I said, she is as right as rain. No, she's not. Then Sean said, I could see she was. I said, not one bit. She would call me terrified. Sean said, no, she was very scared. I could see she was. I said, she was not terrified. Then, here we go. Listen to this. Here, listen to this, Sean. It was hard to watch, to be honest. I said, today she was in touch with me regarding a package that she needed to return so I can get my money back. And then Sean said, she's trying to stop us from going to the police. I said, and she was calm as a cucumber, no worries. And then she said, that's what she cares about the most. I said, how? She's not trying to stop me. Then Sean says, Freddie spoke to her today and was very shaken. I said, how is she stopping anyone? Why did Freddie speak to her? Sean says, she ended up feeling very sorry for her and thinking she would kill herself. I said, oh gosh, kill herself. Narcissists don't kill themselves. It's an act, a ploy. She cannot do her normal health crisis, so now she will harm herself. She will not do it. Then Sean says, I think that she is doing is to try to make us feel sorry for her. She is convinced that that's her secret power. And if we feel sorry for her, we won't take things further. And then I said, oh my gosh, that is nuts, because things have been filed and intentional wire fraud is not a joke. She's in a lot of trouble. Sean says, she is acting like she is doing things to fix what she has done, to face up to it. I said, where is she doing this? I thought you guys cut her off. Right? So now they're... she goes, but she doesn't realize she is trying to prevent us from doing that. I said, what is going on? You're all talking with her? Sean says, I am completely cut off from her. Only Freddie. I said, why though? And then Sean says, and we knocked some sense into her. I said, why did she not post in the group? It was because they saw the video and Freddie felt sorry for her. Okay? They saw the confession video and Freddie felt sorry for her. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I said, oh my gosh. And then Sean says, because they are finding it all a bit much. We are all strangers to each other, and there is quite a big cultural difference. I said, that is manipulation. I said, strangers? I thought you were all a group. I am so lost here. She says, well, we got Freddie to see sense. I too watched the video and found it hard to bear. I also felt sorry for FH. And then my partner had a good talking to... No, I mean that the Ramblers and you and the UK group are all strangers to each other. I said, FH? And then she goes, fake Genevieve. She felt sorry for her. She goes, we have all just met each other. I, of course, knew the other UK lot, and I had then met you and Lisa. I said, you felt sorry for her? She goes, I did, but that is how she always got to me. That is my weakness, and that is why I could never, ever risk speaking to her again. I said, she never cared for any of us. Do you understand that? She says, I know. I said, does that not anger you that she took you from your family? She could have made you lose your family. She goes, yes, I really do, and I'm so angry. I can't even find the words for it. I said, and this is a game to her. She leveled up, and she said in that video about grinning, and Sean said, yes, I could have lost absolutely everything. That is what she wanted, I think. I said, thinking about how she duped everyone. And then she didn't understand when I said she leveled up in that video about grinning. I said, it was a game to her, a video game reference where you level up. This was the biggest con so far. She said in the video, when Debbie said, I think you like this, she said, it's not that I will go off and grin at what I've done, but she is grinning. It is a win to her, a huge con, bigger than any other. If you do not prosecute her, you will be responsible for others she hurts. Sean says, yes, I believe that. That is what I hate the most. How clever she must have thought herself, and how dumb she must have thought I was. I am absolutely prosecuting her. I said, she thinks she's a genius. She duped all of you. She duped strangers, and she duped people she met online and met in real life. She had no heart for my children. I thought my heart would break knowing she ruined that relationship. She had nothing. Black eyes. Then Sean says, I have put the claim in, but that doesn't mean that I find it easy to break with the habit of caring for her. I did that for nearly 5 years. I know I have to break it, and it will, but she has truly effed me up. I don't think I will ever get over it. I said, she took my son's monkey. She put it on a shelf like a freaking trophy. She is sick and twisted. And then Sean says, yes, I remember that. I remember her coming home with it. I said, she's a spoiled sociopath brat. And then Sean says, we need to get it back. I said, I hate her. She says, yes, she's a sociopath. I said, I hate what she did to my kids. Their hearts are broken. Then Sean says, I hate her too, but I also truly loved her, or at least a made-up person that I'm grieving, that whilst also being consumed with anger. I said, we loved a person that did not exist. She is gone and never was. She was a fantasy created by an evil person. And then Sean said, yes, but that doesn't mean that what we felt wasn't true. So that is what I'm grieving, and I hate her so much for doing that to me. I said, but it is not her we are grieving. We are grieving a fantasy, not her. She is evil. Then Sean said, the betrayal is just so immense. She doesn't care. I know that she only cares that she was found out. I said, to do that to a little boy. And then he walked in front, and I thought she would be grieving that she ruined this great friendship with this family, and she didn't care. I thought and felt her heart would break as mine would, but she is not like me. She is evil. Then Sean said, it makes it worse, actually, to know it was a fantasy. I said, I thought it would kill her to know my kids would find out who she really was, but she didn't give a crap, not one. I will never forget how she scooped up that monkey. And then Sean said, I think actually she probably felt relief more than anything. Yeah, I couldn't believe she accepted it, to be honest. Then I said, how she sent the photo when she got back. Sick, sick, sick. Then Sean said, but it's so very, very sick. I'm trying to put a folder together of everything I have kept to do with her. I will make it completely available to you when it's assembled. I said, who was that man that went into her apartment? And Sean said, it's just very painful to go through it all, so I'm doing it in small bursts. I don't know. I said, it was last October of 2019. She says, what did he look like? I said, he came in and sat on her bed. He played with Elvis. She said he was someone who flew in from work. That was a lie. She says, did you see him? I said, yes, but I cannot remember him well. She was made up. She said she thought she was meeting him somewhere else. And then Sean said, I think there are probably quite a few people she was involved with that we don't know about. And I said, and she had to brief him, take him to dinner, then to his hotel. Sean says, what lies? And then I said, she even had to stay on the phone while she was walking him to his hotel. And then Sean said, that woman in the photo today, cuddling Elvis, I've never seen her before. She said, wow, I'm going to give this some thought to see if I can figure out who it might have been. And I said, someone that said she could have family. Why on earth would she cook all that food for Thanksgiving? No way. She did the year before too. Then Sean says, yeah, there are obviously other people, even family involved with her. I said, in the picture Freddie put in there with the cupcakes and seemed around Christmas, when was that? She looked so happy. And then Sean said, I don't know, but we can ask Freddie. I said, she told me her landlord is a Hasidic Jew. She said to me, it always puzzled me that she celebrated Christmas. I said, could that be a family member? Could that be a family property? Sean said, I think he is Jewish, but not Hasidic. Actually, you have a good point. Then I said, she did not even have a menorah for Hanukkah. Then Sean said, it seemed unbelievable to me that she got that apartment in the neighborhood for rent. She said she did. When I first met her, she had all of that. She would celebrate Shabbat, sing all the stuff, etc. I said, she just told me that she was getting back into that, trying to find meaning in her life. The stockings. Why does she have the number she has? What number? The 1804? I think that was possibly true. I said, no, the stockings on her fireplace. And Sean said, I hadn't seen those before. I said, she also has a bigger Christmas tree than last year. Sean says, interesting. Where is she getting her money? I said, according to her, that first tumor was in 2017, but you knew her then. Did she have that surgery? Sean says she claims she had surgery shortly after I broke with her the first time, which was 2016. She said she then had chemo when I was in touch with her again, and she has a scar where her hair fell out, although I think she simply shaved it because her head was very bristly. I said, did you ever see the keepsake box with her baby's hospital bracelet she said she had? She said, yes, I actually did. That is one of the things that rang true from the Zoom video. I said, but she said she kept it in a shed. Did you ever see the contents? She said, no. I think I just saw the bracelet, although she did show me some baby stuff she had for him, I think. It's hard to remember. And those boxes were in a room, which is quite a nice room, when she got her house sorted, I thought. But obviously nothing she says rings true. She is still getting money from somewhere. I said, yeah, it's probably what we bought her. And then Sean said when she moved, she obviously had a lot of money to spend in new furniture. I said, probably more people she's scamming. And then Sean said, no, I saw these baby things before that. I remember when the new baby stuff arrived. I said she never had a baby, and her weight gain was so much from May of 2019 to October. And then Sean says, I think she had one, a son. I said, she said it was due to steroids. Sean said, yes, I agree. She really ballooned. I said, I don't believe she had a child. And then Sean says, I got told that it was steroids, but it didn't ring true. People on steroids look puffy, not fat. And she goes, well, maybe you're right, yes. I said, the police will be able to tell us, I guess. I said, she should not even have a dog. It's her dog, Sean said, I feel the most worried about. I love Elvis so much. I really fear what will happen to her. I said, Elvis will be fine. Lisa said she will take him. And then she goes, oh, good. I said, I truly wonder if we, then Sean says, I truly wonder if we will ever know the actual truth. I said, not unless the authorities uncover it. She is not capable. Sean said, oh, I agree. We will never hear from her. I thought the most telling moment of the video was where she tried to pretend about the resort that you took her to. She just couldn't stop lying. I said, no, and we drove so long to find it. She is nuts. That is what I mean, a spoiled brat. And Sean says, I feel that about her more and more this last year. She would sometimes look seriously crazy, mostly when I wasn't cooperating with meeting her need for attention. I said, she did. She did not look professional at all, sometimes like a bag lady with her clothing and her appearance. And then Sean said, yes, very much so, but I think that too was a part of the act. I don't know how she was so far, though. I said, telling me she was smoking herbal cigarettes with a fake pregnancy. And then Sean said, when I would stay with her for a week, at a time, she would eat like a bird. She chain smokes. I said, I know, and drinks soda like crazy. When she was with us, she did not eat like a bird. She ate a lot and drank so much soda. So then she says, interesting. Yes, she was a coke addict. I believe her probably, I bought her probably thousands of cans of this stuff. I said it was root beer with us. And Funyuns, Slim Jims, candy. She goes, I'm very interested to hear this. I said, she never sent Kaz the gifts I sent for her. She told me she did, but she did not. And then, oh my gosh, Sean said, oh, really? All the crafting stuff? I said she was so interested in this case about children who had faked their abuse stories. She wanted to watch it with me. And then she puts exclamation points, and I said, and she had it memorized down to their hand motions. And then Sean said, probably to pick up tips on how not to get caught. Wow. I said, I sent other stuff for Kaz. The napkins were for Bella, Claire, and Kaz had other decor stuff and candy, which she probably ate, and she never sent the stuff to her. And then Sean said, I think maybe she kept all that stuff. She suddenly started doing a lot of decoupage. I said, yeah, I know, but she bought stuff too, lots of it, from some napkin shop. Sean said, I bought that. I said, you did? She said, I put it a bulk order and let her choose what she wanted. She said, and then I said, she said you bought a whole bunch of Cricut stuff, didn't you? You had it shipped to her or something? She said she was nervous. She lost her mind and ordered it. Sean said, possibly. I do a lot of stuff with my machines. I ordered pens lately and some of the sticky faces. She lied about the most trivial stuff. I said, she used to tell me about all the stuff she made with her Cricut that she left in her apartment in the city. She probably never had one. OFFS, Sean said. I said, she told me she made mini guitars. And then Sean said, of course she didn't. I said, and all kinds of stuff. Sean said, ha ha ha, utter lies. I said, oh yeah, she told me she bought a gimbal by DJI for her phone for her trip with Lisa because she wanted to get really good videos of Elvis in the ocean since she was getting older, and I don't know if that's true. Sean said she was always buying stuff. I was always so flabbergasted. I couldn't think how she was affording it. So then the police would tell me they were buying her things or giving her vouchers. And I said, oh, because the police are nice like that. When I heard last night how she came on as a criminal profiler, I could not believe how fake she sounded with all the breaks and the stuttering. She could not even articulate anything. I don't know how I believed her. Then Sean says, I know, but these ones I was dealing with, they had all explanations for it. They were being repaid expenses and vouchers because they were undercover on her case, so they could have more money coming in. I said, and her teary losing her husband and baby. She stuttered like crazy on that. And then Sean said she could completely act distraught. She was a master at that. I said almost every time I spoke to her, she sounded like that. I said, did you see the Viewmaster she had Lisa buy for her here? She says, let me see here. No, what's a Viewmaster? I said, an American toy. You look into it and you see images in 3D. She says, that sounds so expensive. Oh, wait, OMG. She gave that to my son. He loves it. I said, are you serious? LOL. She goes, yes. It's red and has slides of animals. He's always looking through it. I said, yes. She goes, she bought him quite a few presents. I said, she had to have that here. I said, oh my gosh, she pretended she bought that for him. Lisa bought that for her. What a liar. What else did she bring him? And Sean said, my partner was getting so angry, said he couldn't bear her infiltrating our family occasions. Football clothes mostly, she said. I said, oh yeah? Surprised me she did not pass the monkey along. And then Sean said, well, she probably would have. I wish she had so I could ship it back to you, but she told me as soon as she arrived home about it and how sweet your son was, how she couldn't say no. Then she said, we have to get that monkey back. I said, yep, that's the one. Oh, she said, we have to get that monkey back. And then she said, yep, that's the one. There's a picture of Jaybells with the Viewmaster. I said, she carried on and on about that, how happy it would make her, how she remembered it from her childhood. And then Sean says, see, that's how she got stuff. That's how she would get me to pay for everything. I said, Lisa's thinking she is dying and wanted to get it for her. And then Sean said, never asking directly, exactly. And then I said, the first Christmas, she sent us all this stuff, wellies and a raincoat for me, custom ornaments for my dogs. Sean said, I remember that. I said, a hot water bottle and a cozy. And then Sean said, she made sure she ordered the same for herself, though. I said, really? She did? She goes, again, I was wondering how she was paying for all this stuff. I said, rugby shirts for the boys? And she goes, yes, the Wellington boots with the spots, right? I said, Regent music shirt for my husband? Yes, spots. Sean says, rugby shirts are expensive. I said, she got the same one? She goes, yes, she did. I said, and then she got him drumsticks from Eric Clapton's drummer or something. Sean says, what a weirdo. I said, yeah, sure. I said, a guitar spatula. Her gifts were always uncannily spot on, Sean said. She always knew how to get a good present. I would be told she had saved for things she got me, Sean said. And I said, yes, and the drawings. So dumb. I never sat down and worked out the actual cost, Sean said. Yes, I don't believe she can draw. I said, she lied once and said she forgot how to knit. So she had my daughter come on a Zoom with us. And Sean said, oh, she told you that too? I said, yes, and my daughter taught her how again. And then Sean said, like I did? And I said, oh, gosh. And then Sean said, and I was so impressed at how quickly she picked it up. I said, she would look at auction sites with me. She loved doing that. I said, yes, she picked it up and then made something and told me to thank my daughter so much. Then Sean said, she was so determined to get into your family. That's why I think your instinct about her setting up Ray to be the father was likely spot on. I said, one day she called me to see if I was sending Chinese food to her house. That was weird. Then Sean said, my family wouldn't have her anywhere near. Oh, wait, that rings a bell. I said, I don't know why she wrote that pregnancy in to lose it so fast. And Sean said, yes. She asked me if I sent it. I said no. So then the police were called in to check it for poison, I think. I said, unless she thought to lose another baby would have been too unbelievable. Oh my gosh. The mold in the old place and how the dog was sick and she needed to go to a hotel. Sean says, sorry, what hotel? I said, I can't remember when it was. She found the mold in her old place. I told her it was dangerous, and Elvis was coughing and breathing weird. Sean says another lie. And then I said, and she called the landlord. And then Sean said, I mean, she did have a lot of mold, but only because she didn't ever clean it. And I said, and he said he would be bringing air scrubbers, etc. She said, no, that never happened. And then I said, and she was so upset because her books got ruined. And then Sean said, yeah, it happened in her previous house. Well, why wouldn't she learn her lesson? I've never had that happen because I always clean. You know, now I'm thinking about it. Her landlord used to give her Christmas presents and makeup and stuff. Weird. I said, probably bought it herself. And then Sean said, yeah, maybe, but I saw the cards and stuff. I wonder if she has a lot of other friends and contacts, like her new place may be a relative. I said, right. She does not seem worried about losing it or going to prison either because she would be hyperventilating. And Sean said, yes, I find that strange. And then I said, she went for boxes all over to it perfectly done. And Sean said, yes, it looked amazing in the video. I only saw it when it was half empty. The sofa hadn't arrived when I cut her off. It had been ordered, so she said, from Wayfair using vouchers. There is no way that apartment is $1,250 a month. It should be nearer to $2,000. I said, yeah. She sent me the ad for it, and it clearly said no pets. Sean said, that's always negotiable. She had a chat with the landlord, she said, and told him about Elvis. And then she gave me her apartment right there. I said, oh, okay, that is, she said, oh, okay, that is the flat. I said, how come the video link does not work? And then she said, it was a link to a folder. Did you not download it yet? I will have a look and sort it out. And then she said, I checked and the file is there. Can Lisa try again? And I just sent the link to Lisa. I said, I'm sorry, but this whole bloody, oh, I don't want to go on that. Hold on. So let's see here. This is when she was doing that. Okay. And then let's see, that was December 30th, okay? What did I say? Okay. Okay, this is before. So, okay, so let me see here. So, okay, so then she said, let me see here. Please give me, she said, this is such a nightmare. I set out to try to fix a terrible situation, and now you are all thinking that I'm in some weird relationship. You've completely mixed up things I've said to you about my brother filing a report, about whether I file one or not. It is also hideous. Maybe there are some truths, but I haven't spotted a single one. I said, who is feeding you this information? She said, I think it was all lies from start to finish. I said, you should know by now how that goes. She said, I have the entire WhatsApp conversation. Let's see. I said, we found out about Jen's real family. She goes, okay, well, good. I said, okay. LOL. She goes, and by the way, she was never listed as my student on the website because it was up to students to fill out a form so that their details would go on the website. Needless to say, she never did because she was in the witness protection program and I supported it. Let's see. And she said, I don't really care. The fact is it was absolutely uncalled for. She's talking about this fumble thing that I didn't say, that somebody else said. And when it is tied with the threat, let me see. Your personal opinions about me are immaterial. I don't know you. You don't know me. see. Trying to see what this is like. So crazy what this woman is up to here. I'm sure this is a great deal. That awful woman has done in her life, Sean said. Many, many people whose lives she has harmed or even destroyed. And I said, she had? She goes, sorry, of course we do. I said, and was working on 2 more. And she goes, and you found them? Good. I said, yes. And more, her family. Then Sean says, I want the whole book thrown at her. I want her put away. I said, who I've disowned her. So do I, Sean. And then, let's see. I said, I don't want to cause any more hurt. I do feel for what she did to you. She says, I don't want to argue or hurt you either. I just don't want to be in a position where my own integrity is called into question. It's devastating in a context where my whole sense of myself has been damaged by what Jen did to me. I said, as I hope you feel for me. She says, yes, I really do. I have felt so terribly bad for you. I said, we are all hurt. Then Sean said, this has happened to you at all, let alone in a year when you lost your beloved son. I said, okay, then let's treat each other with compassion. She says, okay, yes, I'm on board with that, and I'm sorry, therefore, to have taken the tone I have with you. I said, I am sorry too, and crying. She says, sending you hugs. I said, it is terrible what she did. Then Sean says, I could hardly believe it, you know. I keep waking up in the night, feeling like she's broken into my house. I said, I don't want any more hurt brought to your family. She says, I've had a lot of nightmares the last weeks are full of her. I said, it is scary. Sean said, I couldn't hate her more. I said, I believe that, and I want to help you get justice. I can get her put away. The wire fraud is proof enough. The Ramblers all feel for you. Nothing malicious has been said. She says the fraud police in the UK haven't contacted any of us yet. I'm in despair about it. I wish I was in the UK so I could just walk into a police station. I said, nothing will be. I respect your income as I hope you will mine. I am not making any reports to the university. I do feel for you and what she did to you. Let's see. She said, I have told my university everything. They were very sympathetic and mostly concerned about limiting reputational damage. They are ensuring that she is expelled. I said, good. She said, you know, Jen told me about your son before he died. She was very taken with him. And that's why I think your sense about what she was planning, i.e., to claim he was the father, was very astute. I think that is exactly what she was planning. I said, yes, I do believe that. She said, I don't think she ever did anything without a great deal of planning. I'm seeing that even more and more now. I said, she told me she would never forget his hug. I forgot that. And he did not hug her. My other son did. But I thought it was the tumor. Yes, she is so dangerously brilliant. And then she said, yes, as much as I hate to admit it. She said, I don't want anything brilliant associated with her. Where are we going now? You said you found, okay, she's asking me the parents out. You said you found Jen's parents and that they disowned her. Did you know why? Was it because of the lying? I said, yes, we have discovered her family and are getting a full report together. I will share. Sean said, I'm really impressed. I said, when complete, I was floored, but so grateful. I think she messed with the wrong people for once. Can you imagine the destruction she has caused? Sean said, I shudder to think, and I just don't understand it. I just don't understand why she does this. I said, neither do I, and that's what I said to her. Everything you told me, you were long and forth, and that it was so unfair. You never have. I don't even know what the heck I wrote there. I think some people are just so damaged and also so devious, and this is a game to her. I just wish she could be honest, but she can't. And then Sean said, yeah, but it's her whole life. It must have been with her whole life. It's horrifying. I said, I know. So strange. And I told this to my therapist, and he was baffled. For months, I have told him of my sick friend. Now I told him she was a fraud, but a load has been lifted from my shoulders. And Sean said, I know that feeling. Such relief, and yet emptiness. Emptiness? What? Then she said, I should talk to a therapist, I think. I said, it saddened me so much thinking she was dying. I said, and yes, she and I had good times, but now I wonder, was she acting, only acting? Or did she really enjoy my company and the things we did? And Sean says, right. I can't even salvage anything, not even the times I had with her that I thought were lovely and genuine. I said, I sadly think she morphed into someone to fit a role. Sean said, I think she probably despised all of us. It galls me that she probably loves that she fooled us for so long. I said, yes, duper's delight. She'll just do this to others. She needs to be put away. And then Sean said, I just completely agree. I want to be there when she is sentenced. I said, me too. Then Sean said, we used to always talk about that day that her family would be sentenced, how we would be in that court. I said, I'll buy you a coffee. And then Sean said, well, I will have my day in court. I think it will need to be Prosecco. I said, okay. And then she said, her favorite drink. I said, I know. I said, well, you please have a lovely weekend with your family. I'm here if you need anything. I am not your enemy. Please know that. She says, you too, Carolyn. If I hear anything from the police, I will let you know immediately. And if you have any questions or you need any clarification, I'm only too happy to answer your questions. I promise you. I have nothing to hide. Likewise, I'm really glad we had this chat. I said, me too. I feel much better. Thanks. Of January 14th. I said, I just want to, then it's January 15th is where the sister is. I just want to let you know that I spoke via Zoom to Jay's sister and her husband. She told her daughter all about it, and her daughter called into our show last night. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Last night, the 13th, there we got it. We got it 13th, guys. Remember that. I said, they are all disgusted, and Jay's sister offers you her apologies. They said she was always the golden child, spoiled, and they said her excuses were all lies. They said she has lied her entire life, and you're not going to believe this. The guy who came into the apartment while we were on a Zoom is her longtime boyfriend. They said she has used his money, had his pay right in her account. They tried an intervention, but she begged and pleaded and said she wanted help. Then just did the same. She has stolen bits and pieces from all of their lives. They want her locked up too. Her grandparents are strict Mormons. Her father's family is from Arizona. He deserted the family and ran away with another woman when Jay was 21. She was born in the UK. Harrogate is where she is from. Her mother is a mental health nurse. She has an older brother who does the same thing, but not to this extent. She has a younger sister. Her sister's best friend has a dog named Elvis and worships Elvis Presley. Her sister does all sorts of crafts and loves true crime and went to school for forensic psychology. She stole parts of people's lives, made them her own. And Sean said, I am on the floor with this. Just when I thought I couldn't be shocked by anything Jay did. Wow. There are a few things in all of this that makes a lot of sense to me now. I said, yeah, it is shocking. Then she said, I knew there was an Arizona connection. She told me she had an aunt there who had married a Mormon, and she spent some summers there. Her poor family, they must be completely horrified. I said, they are. And then she said, so her boyfriend, did they say what he is called? I said, her niece has a baby who was born very early, and he is 18 months old now. I said, his first name is Joe. Is it Joseph or Yosef or Richard Allen? Right. She said, all of this was, you're right, woven into bits and pieces. She has told me over the years. I said, it appears Robert Allen, as Claire said, he's an engineer firm right where they live. I believe Joe was a pipe layer. Then she says, I thought Joe was her ex-husband. I said, probably working for that firm. That's where you saw the Richard Allen. And then she said, so why is that firm putting money into her account? Okay, wow, I'm bowled over. I said, she took his pay. Yes. So does he know what she's been doing? I said, they said she had fake profiles since her early 20s, fake profiles on social media. We doubt he knows what she is doing. It would explain the men's items that were in Genevieve's apartment. Because, oh yeah, I forget where she said this. Maybe that was in a Zoom that she said that about the men's clothing. Then she says to me, so what is her real name? And we must find a way to tell him. I said, her real name is Jamie Gwynn. Her sister is finding him for me. That was the man who sat on her bed. They've been together for years and years, and they don't even believe they've ever had sex. And she says, yes, I've forgotten about that. She told me that it was one of her Swiss doctor's clothes. Gerard, oh, there's where she goes. Thoman, he had left them when he was there, staying nearby at a hotel to care for her. Oh, my gosh. I said, she says, how weird? I said, very weird, but it goes along with what she told me about Alessandro. It was also weird. She has told me, she has told you that all of these gang R's and everything sexual, and yet she doesn't even have it. She said, but why would Joe stay with her? Bizarre. I said, they said they don't know him. They don't know what she could be telling him. They said from day one, she was always buying things with Joe's money. And Sean says, well, yes, she told me in very, very vivid detail. Most of it was very out of anything I would ever imagined. I said, her younger sister, they say she is gay. Let's see. And then she said, sounds like she has absolutely pulled the wool over their eyes. Yes, Jay told me her younger sister was gay. It looks like she has stolen bits of her life too, I said. And then Sean said, so some things were true? I said, most everything was taken from someone else's life. Sean said, yes, I think that's what she did to all of us. She took bits and pieces. I said, they said she has always had a Jewish connection, and they don't know when she was 12, they found an email where she was pretending to be Jewish or something and talking to a rabbi. They said no one in the family is remotely Jewish. Then Sean said, do they have any clues about why she lies about everything? I take it the claim she was abused was a lie, but I've heard her speak fluent Hebrew, or what I thought was fluent. I said, they said, she said about the man Percy was the only thing that was true, but they said it happened only one time and nothing happened fully to her except the man exposed himself. She was believed, in fact, her father was so raged to the point someone had come to the house to remove the guns because they thought he would kill the guy. She probably just memorized some stuff in Hebrew. Sean said, this is extraordinary. So you were right in the confrontation to say she was lying about everything. You were so smart. I was not able to see that. I said they believe she traveled to Chicago once and that she did go to Poland. Then Sean said, so they never lived in New York? I said, she has never lived in New York. And the fact that she has had a U.S. passport, her sister said it's probably another felony, and they want her put away. And then Sean said, yes, it must be. We all do. I said, they are scared of her. And then Sean said, she is a complete menace, evil, evil woman. I said, they cannot believe the lies that she has infiltrated and almost destroyed. And then Sean said, any residual sympathy I had for her is completely dried up. Yes, that's exactly what she did. I said, her sister is so afraid now that she was near her children because she believes she could have taken pictures of her children to pretend they were hers. And her niece is very lucky that her baby wasn't stolen. And I'm certain we were not the first, says Sean. And I said, and I sent some things into the FBI agent I'm working with yesterday, letting him know because he apparently did call her at one point. And then Sean says, did I give you the photos of the kids she claimed were hers? You can show them to her sister to check. I said, I'm going to follow up with another FBI report. Okay, please send them to me. She really wants to see any pictures with children. I sent her the baby in the incubator, and she said that was not her child. Good, Sean said. We are all in the UK, still haven't heard from the police, but all of us have put in our complaints, and the others have all cross-referenced my one. I said, get this, her brother claimed he was a twin, too. Then she says, okay, hang on. I'll just find the pictures. She told me her brother was in jail for essaying. She said that she hates him and that he abused her. I said, her brother said his mother was a heroin addict that died, and he took his girlfriend all around these very large castles and said his father owned them. Her brother and her are close. She is the only family member he likes. Her sister said they are the same, but Jay is much worse. She had similar calls about her brother, but not to this extent. Oh, Jay is much worse. So I thought the brother was worse. Jay's worse. Wow. She told me that her mother had made her a heroin addict, Sean said. I said he mainly made up new lies and a new life for girlfriends. And then she said, always stealing snippets of people's lives. And then I said, Jay said she was a heroin addict? Did you ever see her do it or find needles? She says, no, I never saw anything to do with heroin or needles, but she claimed that her husband and her mother had colluded to get her addicted. At the time, they had her locked in a room, and they began using her as a lady of the night for the Hasidic Jews. But then, as far as I knew, she was taking methadone every day for her brain tumor pill, so I do wonder if there is anything in this heroin connection. The picture of the boy there was what I thought was one of her twins. At first is called Rafferty, and then she later changed his name to Raphael. I sent them to her sister. She said his sister she called Ophelia. She was trying to give the kids Italian names. I thought Raph and Ophelia had been trafficked and then found. Okay, I'll keep looking. The picture of the woman was the one I thought was her oldest daughter, Neema. And the baby in the incubator was Neema's daughter, born prematurely. Neema then went and committed suicide. All, of course, huge lies. Just found these older ones of the three boys. The one on the right, she claimed, was her son, Giulio. I sent them all to her. They all have a preponderance of girls in the family. She said, I will have loads more. It's a matter of going through 5 years of WhatsApp. I said, her sister has 4 daughters. Okay, I am jumping in the shower. Send me what you have. Justice for Jay. Then she said, I'm pretty sure she sent me a picture of them. She claimed her sister adopted one of her own girls and called her Beatrix. Okay, I'll keep looking, she says. oh, is it okay if I share what you have sent me with the UK people? I said, yes, if you think they won't help her flee, please. And then she says, let's see here. I just found this. One or two, she's sharing pictures with me. Okay, lots of pictures, lots of pictures. And then I said, her sister said she didn't recognize any of the pictures. I'm sorry I had to go for an ultrasound of my thyroid and I just got home. I'm not sure how Lisa, well, let me see here. I just glanced at Genesis. Okay, I heard back from my FBI agent and he wants everyone that was impacted to file a separate form at the FBI. I am asking her sister if she would be willing to Zoom with us, with you, and those in the UK again. I am sure she will say yes. And then on the 15th, I said, she is willing to meet and talk via Zoom. When is good for you? And then Sean said, oh, hi, Carolyn. Thank you so much for helping with this. I'll check with the others and get straight back to you. I said, okay. And then she said, oh, on the FBI thing, do you want use to provide information for that? Or is it just something to do with the wire fraud? I am really grateful. You know, you are getting on to the relatives. For the first time since this all blew up, I have been able to watch the confrontation video with no sense of pity or compassion. She lied all the way through that as well. I said, I'm not understanding your question. She said, maybe, meaning does the FBI agent want those of us in the UK to provide statements, or is there a case there more to do with the wire fraud over the baby shower? I said, oh, her sister said she lied about everything in that except the Percy thing. Then Sean said, I think also maybe about the U.S. passport. Maybe she had that because her dad was from the States. He was from Arizona, right? Or have I misunderstood? Let's see. And I said, she is a spoiled brat, and I started to see that, but I felt guilty for feeling like that because she was dying. She said, exactly. I noticed she said in the confrontation video that we were always fighting. Hardly. If I didn't respond to her on what she considered a sufficient compassionate, and she considered sufficiently compassionate or fawning tone, she would fly off the handle and start screaming. I put it down to a brain tumor and the fact that many sufferers at the end get very aggressive. Then she sends me pictures of Joe. He looks familiar somehow. I'm trying to think, she says. She shows me pictures with the kids, and so it's going on and on. Now I know it's the 13th. I just want to see right away if I can just click on that video just to get it so that I can see it. Hold on. Getting very tired. I'm going to have to call it a day. I've had a very stressful day. Let me see. 13th. It's got to be here. Let me just see. It's either here or it would be the 12th because...
Go between your butt cheeks, down between your schnitzel sack, and just sniff the suds, and you go...
You know, do like
I might.
So I think it would have to be, let me see. Okay, so I think... So it was probably the 12th then, because that's how this runs. Let me see. Let me check this one. It's probably they're probably going to get a stay.
Yep. So quaint.
Lynn said we should do our New York. Is I have the same one. And her father was sleeping in a van. Remember the time Scooter was stuck in the bedroom and her father was outside and she couldn't talk loud?
This is Scooter.
You guys,
My dad's
I
gonna hear
can't talk
me.
any louder. I'm gonna wake up my dad.
I'm gonna wake my dad. I'm gonna get in trouble. You're like, I can't believe I'm this old, and I have to whisper because my dad might hear me. Oh my.
That was so dumb. That
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so I said it was 13th, and we spoke to her family. So we spoke to her family. It's got to be 13th. It might be the 14th. Let's see. Doodly doodly doo. 13th. Let me see.
Grammarly is basically like an AI writing partner that can help you solve all of this. For example, here's a bunch of stuff that I just...
So yeah, that was I couldn't do. Yeah. Head was exploding, but he wrote down. So it's not the 14th. 14. Coffee. So we spoke to Jaybells family. What did I say? Let me just see. She said her sister adopted her child. This is January 14th is when we spoke. Okay, so January 14th. It's got to be the 15th then. Because I don't think I've got three videos from the 15th. Let me see. Carolyn, do 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 do. Just looking at the comments. That can't be it because it must be probably on the 16th.
I told you. I think at this point, you know what I'll do tomorrow? I'll try to sit and listen. I told you just like this, and I just felt my glands. And I'll find it. Okay, because yeah, I'm gonna have to go through these and go through the rest of the WhatsApp messages. So I'm in a hope that you guys, where are you? I don't even know where you are. Where's the live stream? Are you still here? You guys are still here? The 13th is when the niece called in. Do you know that, manager? Did you find it? Did you find it? I think I said the 13th, but I don't know. Why is it not like... Getting really tired. Let me see. I just want to find it and bookmark it, you know? Let's see. I thought I said the 13th, but then why did I check the 13th and it wasn't there? Because I go to the 13th, True Crime Chat with Mommy Ramblings. I don't think it's, let me see, I don't think it's on that one. Let me check. Yeah, because Lexi's on there and... Circuit declined to stay. Her tiny, what is this called? There it goes. Yeah. Yeah.
I figured, what do you call it when you take stuff and you kind of... Then I started. But they all have good, I mean, like,
No.
on it, but cover.
She didn't call. No. Just missed the last part, so I have to watch that, but I'll do a tutorial on it tomorrow. Hi, Augie. No, so the 13th. So I think I said the 13th, but it's probably the 12th maybe. Because of how, like, what works that I go on before, but it's like the 12th. Let me try the 12th. But I think I did look at the 12th already. I did look at the 12th already. I'm going to have to figure it out. I don't know.
I can't talk any louder. For this year. Yeah. Down, then you're going to be able to use it.
We're doing cricket stuff.
F5.
There's no way.
That some significant and important relationship has been severed. You're working to disconnect yourself in life.
But you weren't murdered.
Now, well, I got shot, but I lived.
Right, that's not murder then.
First piece goes up. Then this it should be the first one that comes up. You'll see the little house. So
no, this is no. No, I don't know. I have to go through it, manager. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know where you guys are at all. Where is the live? I thought it was mine. I don't know where the live is. I just have so many videos up here and I can't find the live. There it is. Okay. We're here. Okay, Dupe and Delight. That was when the niece called in. I don't know. We gotta go see. Love walking and catching alive here. Hi, Duping. Hi, Eva. Hi, everybody that came in while I was reading. Hello, Murder of Crows. Hi, Jeanette. How is everybody? Hi, everybody that listened to this. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Okay.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to tie the food and drink she threw in their shopping cart when she stayed with them. She never bought a thing, which they wouldn't have let her anyway, but still. I would have prosecuted that B as far as I possibly could have. Yes, I know. She probably has another person. She probably has a team of people she's doing this to. Pitbull Sleuth! Where have you been? I haven't seen you. Have not seen you in ages. Where have you been, Pitbull? And where's my video reel? Video reel, where are you? Okay, you're going to have to, at least we know it's around that night. Yeah, we're going to have to find it. We have to find it. Oh, so tired though. Time is at 4:13. I gotta go to sleep. Yeah, everybody should help look for it. Per, I think. Uh-oh. Per, oh, okay. But I did pre. Spin. No, you can't do spin. You can't do stop. Oh, you got your specs on now? try Noel. Viola's good manager. Yeah, great. Oh my goodness. I have got to go to bed. I've got to go to bed. All right, I've got to go to bed, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being around. God bless. Prayers. And I'll see you later. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody. God bless. Love you.